Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and welcome to my stream where we will continue, holy guacamole, down that Kerbal Space Program road, trajectory, flight path, I don't know. We're going to play some Kerbal. Good morning to you, Odie. Good morning, Kerbaloid. Will there be some more base building? There will be. Let me just get caught up here. Current KSP. Look at there. There's going to be... We're going to make a Viking one and send it on its way to Duna, I think. It's supposed to go to Mars. And it's a combination lander and orbiter. And yes, look at that. Mun Base Part 7. Let's make sure that updated the actual mission. Look at that. Cool. All right. Online Spirit, good morning to you. Or hello. Let me get some browsers refreshed here. And let me check my audio real quick. Or hello seems to be just fine. Alright, let me get the game going. Let me mute the one audio source here in a sec. Alright, Kerbal's coming up. Let's get Kerbal showing there. Let me get the mic out of my face so I can see my other monitor. I think I found a bug in ground construction. I don't think it's a showstopper. Lipton iced tea, sweetened to perfection. That's right, I put sugar in my Lipton iced tea. And everything looks good there. Excellent. And that's good. Already evening.
That was totally wicked.
Mr. Womble with the host. Thank you for the host, Mr. Womble. Appreciate that very much. How come I don't have... Where's the Kerbal sound? Did I turn it off? By the way, did you ever stream something like how to get to Moho? No, because... Let me tell you about Moho. Moho and I... Let me get this set real quick. Oops, should be at 5. Moho and I have never been on... friendly terms, because each and every single time I try to get to Moho, I fail. Every single time. So, you know, quite frankly, I don't think Moho exists, so I don't know what you're talking about. What is a Moho? Oh, no problem, Mr. Womble. Thank you so much for that host. I appreciate it, Mr. Womble. Alright, let me bring up our current career here. You too, Mr. Womble. Have a great day. Thanks for the host. So we gotta make a brand new lander, and we're gonna try to make it resemble whatever the Viking one, and another orbiter for Duna. So what was I doing here? Oh yeah, I think we're doing Viking 1, or did I just lie? I hope it is. Viking 1 sounds like a lot of fun. I mean, our Eve. What did I come in the tab for? Okay, it's gonna be one of those days. I'm just start clicking randomly. With no significance whatsoever. I meant to go here. Yes, we have a Viking 1. Viking 1 project consists of, okay, of launches of 2 separate spacecraft. Oh, there's a Viking 1 and Viking 2.
That was totally wicked.
Griffin 1971, thank you for that host. I appreciate that. So, Viking 1, unmanned, good, or an orbit and a lander. That's good. Alright, let's accept that. Alright, Gene, I'm right on it, dude. Let's take a look at what's going on. Maybe it's time. Try to feel the power to get to Moho. I just think Moho sucks. Maybe that's too negative. Alright, what's going on resource-wise here? Alright, so... I think the way the life support status sorts, it shows you who's going to run out of supplies first, filtered based on habitation. I think that's how it works. Because if I scroll down here, it looks like supply-wise... Right, so it looks like the only thing... So I have 131 days before anything supply-wise. And then it looks like 140 days habitation or homesickness-wise. Yep, alright, so I get how that sorts. So, we're good for 131 days. However, if we take a look at our construction, so this right here, this has already been built, so I'm not doing that, but we have 52 days, and our Duna scanner will be ready to, it'll be constructed, and then we have to refill the fuel, and then we can launch that from the Mun. That's cool. But what do we have here? We have, oh wait, do those actually happen? So look at that, in 52 days we have a course correction for Pioneer 10. Just a course correction. So alright, so that's fine. So this can actually be constructed, so 52, so this is going to happen before that. Wow, a lot of things happening right around the same time. So, we can go build us a Viking. So let me find a picture of the stuff. Put this in the VAB. So let's type Viking 1. There it is. I think. No, not Viking Season 1. So obviously the Viking 1 went to Mars. It was an orbiter and a lander. And this is what the orbiter looks like. Alright. So it's two different vessels. Alright, so let's see here. Let me grab this. And let me bring it over here. Nope, not that. Okay, that was the Helios. Let me change this. Alright, so that's the whole craft. So we have the propulsion on the bottom. We got some solar. We have a couple antennas. Looks like a camera system. Looks like the same camera system from what did we just launch? God, I can't remember. What did we just launch? The Mariner? Yeah, the Mariner. Interesting. Alright. Alright, so what does the Viking 1 lander look like? Viking 1. Find some more pictures. Oh! So there's the lander. Wow, that's a big thing. That is huge. Wow. Oh, actually that won't be too hard to make. Alright, let me find a better picture here. That's not really what it looks like. It's got, I found a picture that's got God, what's his name standing next to it. Oop, that looks like a good one. Antenna to Earth. Alright, let me see if I can find a better picture though. Bam, 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 bam. There's gotta be a picture of it. Gaming with Saber, how the heck are you doing? Let me give him I'm trying to find a picture.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, a fellow rocket jockey has entered the stream. Please click the supplied link and give them a follow.
Give him a follow.
This is not a command.
No.
Just consider it a moral imperative.
And no,
you have made the correct choice.
Okay, so here isn't... That's a real small picture, though. Okay, here's a good picture. Alright, so we'll use this as the lander. Where's the actual image and not all the embedded malarkey? Wow, that's a huge picture. So let me copy that. And let me see if I can find another... Well, I guess I'll just add a new one. Add browser source. Dude. Alright, there we go. So let me make that a little bit smaller. So this stuff might get in the way. Let's do this. Alright, I'm gonna leave it right there. And it does take up some real estate. So let me... What do I want to do here? Let me move this down. Alright. And let me turn off that one. Let me move this one on top of it. Oops, wrong one. There we go. Alright, so that's what we're working on. Well, I hopefully. So we're gonna make a lander, and then I gotta find the orbiter, and then we have to. So we're gonna make the lander first. It doesn't look too hard to make, actually. So it's got a big dish. We don't have one that looks exactly like that, but we can figure something out. We're gonna land on Duna. Alright, so first things first, let's grab... We want to make it small, but yet it has to be able to support mainly the dish and some science experiments. So let's go with a fuel tank first. Let's go with this guy. And if we put... Now going to Duna, we don't have to land with yeah, I was going to use a small relay because that'll work great. But going to Duna, we don't have to land like we do on Mars, because Duna has an atmosphere, so we can actually, just like in the picture, I believe those are deflated chutes. Because they didn't use balloons until Curiosity or something like that. Anyways, well, so let's see what we do with, but we want some propulsion. So let's see if we go with a spark. Alright, what if we go with a... I don't know. Alright, so we get... Oh, wait. Sorry, we're not even on Duna here. Duna, wow. Okay, cool. But what if we do with a spark? So this gives us a thrust-to-weight ratio of 13. Well, how much does it take to land on Duna? Again, we're not going to land strictly with propulsion. We're going to use chutes, too. What am I looking for? Oh. And we can put some structure around this, so we can give this a little bit of mass. We have, you know, stuff. I'm gonna have to find a picture because I'm thinking, do I need a heat shield for Duna? Depends upon my angle of entry, I guess. Angle of attack, whatever. What do we want here? So KSP DV map. So let's open that up. So according to this, to land on Duna, we need 1,500. All right, so we're gonna go with this for right now. But I want to give my lander a platform. So if I go with a panel, all right, really? I have to go by 2x2. All right. Whoa. Well, the... Oh, that's a problem, isn't it? Hmm. So, but then we lose the node here, though. Is that... You need a heat shield on Duna only if you fall straight down. Okay. Do they have a... let's see here. Viking 1... Let me just see if there's any random pictures that show kind of like... Because sometimes people do artists' reproductions and they'll show like how it deployed and stuff like that. Let's see if... I don't see anything. Oh, wow, there's a nice picture of it. So it looks like basically the orbiter just... Oh, here it is. Oh. Okay, cool. So it looks like it deployed via chute, and the chute let go, and then it... Gosh, I don't know if I'm that good. Alright, so this is what I'm looking at. Well, I'll just share it. I don't have to. So this is what I'm looking at. So it did use a heat shield. Dropped it. And then we had... So basically what it's encased in is it has a heat shield underneath it as it enters the atmosphere. So we would do basically like we did with Eve. We would give it the orbiter would go out to a certain apoapsy, change the periapsy so that the orbiter could drop in at a certain altitude. Okay, we can do that. We can do that. All right, so let's build the lander though. And so under here we would have the heat shield. Where's the heats? So something like that. All right. All right. So how do I get fuel and have a platform all at the same time? Well, we're going to take a heat shield. Once we break through the atmosphere, whether we need it or not, we can get rid of it. Can we actually... Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. What about this thing? Hang on. How big is this thing deployed? So that gives us a heat shield. But what's it look like? Can I inflate it? Whoa! Holy shnikey, that thing's big. That's too big. I almost moistened myself. Not really. No. Cool idea. But what about... So, is what we could do, I think, is we'll go with this heat shield to encompass it, but up here, we could do... Alright, so... That's the big one, right? This will be top side. Alright, so we have to make it fit within a little pat. We can... Alright, so you guys are... Okay, so these are two same size. Alright, so we have to make our lander contained slightly. So, alright. Or actually, we could probably use... Probably do something like that. And then, yeah, that'll work. Alright. Alright, so still... How do I do... How do I give myself a structure so I can do gears and or landing gear and stuff like that? And I'm thinking... where's the picture? Where's my picture of my lander? Right, there it is. So it looks like we're going to use... these. There are 4, it looks like there's 3. Sorry about that. What else do we... Does the lander have 4 or 3? Looks like it has 3. Oh, that makes it awkward. One, how do I do 3 legs? Okay. Alright, so at the... I'm gonna need a probe core. Alright. Alright, so that's gonna be the root right there. That's gonna be our structure. That way we can take our legs. No more. We can go 3. Like so. So, still on Duna, we still have a ton of delta V. Not a whole much thrust to weight ratio, but again, if we get rid of this, and I'm still trying to get the pieces to fit. Okay, what if oh, for crying out loud. Okay. So we're going to call this the Viking 1 lander. So I've got a concept here that doesn't really... We need more mass for the... Can I use... That doesn't give me any more mass though. Not mass as in weight, but something structural, so I have... Looking at more pictures. Trying to find some pictures that give me a little ouch, sorry. Actually hurt me too. do 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 do. Trying to get some perspective here. I'm just toying with some ideas here. Just trying to figure out. Okay. Oh wait, but this is not deployed. That would be deployed. So we would have to go like that. Okay, that works. Okay, well, that part of it anyways. Alright, because then we can, cool. I could actually probably move it over to the side a little bit. And maybe in. So put this on an action group. Cool. Okay, that's too bad. Alright. Because it doesn't show the propulsion on the lander, so I'm thinking I can use the fuel tank as the structural, and then we can still put a heat shield like this. And hey Icky, how you doing? I'm doing good. Thanks a lot for asking. How the heck are you? Guys, Icky's also a KSP streamer. Give him a follow. Do 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 do. I'm just trying to come up with something that looks fairly landerish here. Alright, so instead of using a ooh, I know.
That was totally wicked!
Funky Pixie with the host. Hey Funky, how you doing? We could go. We could do something like this. No, Viking 1. So this is just the lander part of it, but I'm still trying to put the pieces together. You're okay? How you doing, Funky? You just told me you're okay, and I just asked you again how you doing. So that gives us 1600 Delta V on Duna. Can I make those guys look like they're one? Alright, that makes it look like one engine. Cool. Alright, so I like that, because then I could still put the heat shield. Because if I kind of look at... Where did that image go? No, not that, not that, not that. Yeah, I had a cool picture. Oh, I just closed something. I have too many tabs. That's the overall thing. I'm still working on the lander, and then it's going to be... See, the thing about it is... So, that's history. So, would I be able to... okay, wait a minute. So, can I encase... No, I don't want to do that. I get this... Somehow... Okay, I'm confused. What am I doing? Oh, that looks fairly close. I can't stream anymore. Andy, my streaming PC is broken. My tower is not... Oh, man. Icky, I'm sorry to hear about that, man. I was watching your stream this morning on YouTube. Oh, you're watching my streamed YouTube. So, well, thank you, Icky. I appreciate that. So if I can make this round, then the lander would be encased. So this is going to kind of work. Oh, but we have to put I need to get rid of the shroud. So I would need to go with... For some reason, I'm singing with the... I would do this, then do that. Then we would say delete fairing, because evidently it didn't show up. So if we did that, and then back to the heat shield? No? Yeah? Yeah. Alright, and then we'd put, and then we could detach this, like, where's that picture at? Doggone it. Hang on. So, as a concept, where did I see that? No, not that one. Not that one. Oh, well, there it is. Well, that's a different one. Kind of the same, but different. Here it is. Now, let's not lose this one. So, this is what I was trying to figure out, how to do this portion. So this would be the fairing that would have a parachute. So we would detach it, or would use the chute, detach it, and also deploy the, yeah. So I think this would work. So basically, this would be an action group like this. So we would actually... No. Oh, we'd have to put chutes. Alright, so if I put chutes, just real quick here. Trying to get the staging plus a concept. So we would stage the chute, it would slow it down, then we would detach the chute, or detach the fairing. Yeah, that would work. Alright, so that's gonna work. So let's go ahead and pull this away. Alright, so let's pull that away. So, alright, so now, to make the lander look more like that. So the lander needs to have some sustainability. We need, so, and then I have the, okay, where'd it go? There should be an antenna in here, or did I take it out? Did I take it out? Okay. Thought I had. There it is. Oops. Oh. Alright, that's fine. Alright, and that's on an action group. Oh, that one. That one. No, that one. Thank you. Alright. I go up a little bit more. Alright.
That was totally wicked!
The Red Panda with a host. Thank you, Red Panda. Fellow rocket jockey. Let me give him a shout out. There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, a fellow rocket jockey has entered the stream. Please
I'm gonna
click
keep
the
doing
supplied
that.
link and give them a follow. This is not a command. Just consider it a moral imperative. And know you have made the correct choice.
I want to give the lander a little bit more bulk. I mean, so it's more squarish versus roundish. How would I do that? How would I do that? What do I do? No. Something. No, but see, it needs to be more square. And the only square thing I know is the rover. And see, that's not even bigger. So, Sick Panda says hello. Aw, I'm sorry, Red Panda. Or Red Panda, Sick Panda. Bad Sanda. Sad Sanda. Sad Sanda. Sad Panda. Panda sad. I don't know, I'm an idiot. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm babbling here because I'm drawing a complete blank on how to add a little bit of Okay, I knew that was there, but I thought that was orange. Just trying to find something that's big and flattish. Sick is going around. I'm not saying you're sick, as in, I'm just saying, you know. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, pop goes the world by men with hats. What? Oh yeah, he's a little sick. Trying to find mass. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. Where's one of these that are small? Small ones are up here. Alright, wait a minute. Working on an idea. No. No. Oh, wait. Yes, go back to that. I know these are... Oh, okay. Okay, I can do that with panels. Which one weighs more? That weighs .04. That weighs less. So get rid of these. And let's go with the 1x1s. And if we increase that... No, increase, Andy, not decrease. Men without hats. You don't have a hat on and that's why you're sick? Or is that why you're sad? I'm a little lost. Okay, so doing that mini doesn't do what I want. Do you not know the group Men with Hats? Oh, I see. You know, it's hard without context. Yes, I've heard of them. You saw my stream, 80s group. Oh, I saw it. Oh, okay. Alright. You guys are... Crispy Squirrel, how you doing? Okay, what if I do... Okay. editor giving me... Alright, so those are huge, but... What I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to give this a little bit of a platform without... Oh, okay, that's exactly what I want. But... Okay. No, no, no. There we go. Okay. In an 80s music group, and one of their songs starts off, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, pop goes the world. Oh! Yeah. My 80s was all about Dungeons and Dragons, very little music. Alright, why can't I get this to do what I want it to do? Because we have to do it this way. Alright, we get it centered. Centered. Okay, and then... Oops. Alright, so here's a question though. Let's see if... see if I can, have any problems retracting these things. So, save. We got a probe core, we got a battery. Alright. Sorry there, Panda. I just wasn't in the right frame of mind to pick up on your reference. Alright, so let's see if the gear are gonna snap. Alright, it works. So I have a concept of an idea here. I just wanted this to be thicker. I mean, the only way to make it thicker is to stack a bunch of them. Still have a good amount of delta V, because what did the delta V chart say? It says we need 1400, but we're going to be using chutes. Speaking of which, wonder if I should go... Okay, it's going to have a chute for that, but then we need chutes for this. So to make that thicker, if I want it thicker, we have to just... Okay. Alright. Alright, so back to a picture of the lander. Alright, so we have probe core. We don't have any power generation. I think to keep this thing trickle charge, I'm going to keep it alive, we're going to put a probe, whoa, that thing's monster. I didn't realize how small this thing was. Oh, yeah, well. I just need enough to help it softly land. That's going to help it keep trickle charged. So we have the big antenna, and unfortunately, so if let's see here, I would like it to be kind of off center and right here, but if I want to keep a dish looking like that, so if we put that there and we put it kind of off center, that looks cool, but if we retract it, yeah, then it sticks out. So we can't do that. The best we can do is that. Alright, that's fine. And we still have that on an action group? Before? Alright. I can live with that. Alright, except for that. Oh, stupid RCS bug. Alright, so it sticks out a little bit. Looks like a device of some sort. Can we no, stop. How far can we do that before it really... That's about it, alright. So we have communication, we have an RTG, which I didn't use. There's no solar panels on this thing. I don't see how they kept it going. Alright, so let's go ahead and kind of make it look a little bit sciencey like somehow. Science, there we go. You know, I rarely use these things just because, well, I rarely use them. Struts? I'm going to auto strut. All right, fine. Oh, fashion struts, gotcha. We'll see. I still got to get a right amount of science on this, so let me just get that out so I get a look for it. Okay, it's got those weird cameras. How did I do a camera last time? Oh, I did it with the seismic things, didn't I? Okay, this is a lot smaller though, so one of these is going to take up... Well, actually, no. Okay, so how did I do that? How did I do a camera? Can I do it with... I put one of these, just one. And then can I get two... So I'm trying to simulate camera lenses the big cameras that they used to use. So if I go and grab these and put one and do a mirror. Alright, radial's fine. No, it needs to be mirror. So we do that. There we go. Okay, alright, this is fine. I can work with this. Let's put that there. And let's rotate it. Rotate it. Looks like Wally. I said that last time I did this too. Okay, those are my cameras. They're not really cameras though. Only you and I need to know. Alright. So that gives me actually a couple of scientific experiments too. I'm looking at this one picture that I'm not sharing. It's a black and white kind of a cutaway. What else can I do to kind of... Alright, let's do some thermometers. Okay, thermometers, I got those, I got those. Ooh, ooh. I forgot about these things. Just put one. Holy shnikey, what was that all about? Would it look better down here? Is that the top or the bottom? I can't tell. Okay. That's the top. What are those tape recorders? Never seen. It's actually a part for that's Kerbal Engineer. So if you want to use Kerbal Engineer, you could either use this part or this part. In career mode, like I play, if you have Kerbal Engineer installed and you don't go through the settings and say partless, you'll need a part for Kerbal Engineer to work. So if you use Kerbal Engineer and you go in here, you can click partless, and then that way you don't need the part. But it comes with the part, regardless. Let's take the parts out. Alright, so I got that. I'm not gonna... No, that's too big. Ooh, ooh, cool, yeah. They have some bubbly looking... Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, there we go. Oh, no problem. No, that looks too crowded there. Oh, I like that. That poke through? No. Barely pokes through. That's okay. Goes through some landing gear. Cool. What else do we got? A barometer. I haven't installed Kerbal Engineer yet. I'm trying to figure out moving science and trajectory calculation before I get tech help. Well, I know quite a few. I know a handful of streamers that don't use Kerbal Engineer. They use MechJub because you get the same information. But then I know people that have played the game so long, they know by the mass what they can do, or they just calculate it manually. So it doesn't really look at all like it. Yeah. But, you know, I'm trying. Need that to be below that. Alright, so that's my lander. That gives me 700 Delta V. We need to attach a couple chutes. So let's... I don't know if drogue chutes are going to work on Duna. Okay, that goes on top in its own stage. Doot. Alright, so let's see here. Let's go to utility. Let's grab a couple of drogue chutes. And let's put the drogue chutes right here for now. Then we'll grab a couple of these chutes and put them right there. Alright, so let's see here. So the drogue chutes will be right about there. And that's those. Iki, have a good one. Alright, so there's our chutes. That's my Viking 1 lander, but we're gonna put need some more. We have the relay, but we're gonna put some other antennas on it. Alright, so I can pretty much get to everything. It doesn't really look like the lander, does it? Not at all. Except for that. That's about it. Alright, so let's retract the antenna. That's on an action group. Let's retract... Actually, let's do this. Save this. Let's go put it on the landing pad, on the launch landing pad, the launch pad. Alright, let's see. Okay, gear. Oh, that's weird. Is that a graphical glitch? I think it is. Let's, I know, let's try something else. Let's do... levitation. Shamish, how you doing, man? I have levitating landing legs. Yes, I do. Okay, for some reason that broke. Alright, that's fine. What if we do... Okay, let's retract them. And then grab these. Oh, they are kind of poking through. So I thought maybe that'll help. Alright, let's see if just that one adjustment. Holy shnikey. Alright, save it. Launchpad. Doom, 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 doom. Alright, so lands flat, cool. Gear. Ugh. Alright, well, That works. Cool. I'm gonna put these on an action group too, I think. So it's my version of a Viking lander. I sure would like to fix the I want to fix the landing legs so I don't look dorky like that. So why does that one work and the other ones don't? Is it just because they're going through so many parts they're getting goofy? I wonder if I save it and then come back and let it re-physics. I wonder if that'll work. It's a useful bug when you're doing shenanigan things like building vehicles from Halo that are Covenant designed. Well, yeah, sure. Alright, success. Alright, cool. Alright. Alright, let's get the whip antennas on also action group. So we got 4 taken up, so we'll put these guys on a 5. I'll put them all on 4 because I don't want to change it. Okay, so the question is, for the heat shield, I know the heat shield has a jettison of its own, but I have a feeling that because of what I'm doing here, the heat shield's going to have some problems. Yeah, so is what I'm going to do is we'll grab a decoupler. All right, cool. Yeah, you know, I don't mind the gap because it's going to be covered up. So we have 2 drogue chutes, 2 regular radial mounted chutes. That should be enough chutes to land this thing because it only weighs 4 tons. And it's got a little propellant, so all this stuff's going to get messed up. But let me see here. So what would be it goes through the atmosphere. We drop the heat shield, so I want to decouple that. That would be there. Then we have engines. The chutes are last. Drogue. Where's the drogue at? Okay, drogue chutes first. I don't even think drogue chutes work on doing it anymore. All right. Okay, so now to make this complete, is what we do is we go to payload, we grab this, go upside down with, okay, I don't know what I did. We do that, and we bring it to that. Okay, wait. I don't want the truss. Kill that. There we go. Then we come out a little bit, and then we go in. Thinner atmosphere, yeah. If they slow down a little bit, that's good. Alright, so this is going to be at the top, and I don't want this to stage. Because we're just going to decouple it. And then we put... So this still has a node on the bottom, right? Good. Alright. So we need a chute for this, and I thought this would work perfect. No? Alright. So that's our lander. Now where's the overall picture of this thing again? Oh. Oh. Yeah, I got too many tabs open. I can't see what I'm doing. There we go. So this is going to sit on top. So I need... Well, I guess it can sit on top just like that. Wait, I have an idea. Take this off.
That was totally wicked!
It's a Munchkin raid! How you doing, Red Munchkin? Okay, why is everything broken today? Nothing works right. I managed to get a mining probe to Eve once. Whoa, nice. Let me give you a shout out there real quick. Thank you, Red Munchkin, for that host. Appreciate that very much. So I actually want this to be on top. So here's something I'm going to do here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to rotate it like this. So we still have a chute. And so I can use something of with a node, then we're going to put a... And what add-ons does... What? And what does donuts belong to? Donuts? What add-ons does donuts belong to? Oh, they're my own personal add-ons. If we go to here, then we can put this. Oops, not that many. It's 3. Let's get this lined up. Whoa. Hang on, I'm having a little alignment issues here. Cool. I had 4 drills, 2 ore tanks, and 4 solar panels. Hey, Red Munchkin, you're more than welcome for it. So we got some mining done. Sweet. So we have our chute, and this is going to give us our node for something on top. So if I want to see. So is what we'll do here is we will then do that. And I think, do I have to make that route? There we go. Oh, what is that donut thing from? Oh yeah, it's a better Twitch TV icon add-on. So I thought you were adding about a mod for the game. All right, so that way we get to keep the round on top, and we'll make this a sub-assembly, and we're gonna call it the Viking. Oops, evidently I have my caps lock on. Viking 1 lander. Save that. All right, cool. Yeah, I don't do double FC, but yeah, those are common. All right, so now we got to do the orbiter, the whole kit and caboodle. So let me go back to that image. All right, so now the top of that is this. So all we have to do is construct that, which has got 2 antennas and it's got some cameras also, and that stays in orbit. All right, so I think for the orbiter, let's see here. So if we go with a probe, we'll go with this probe core. Just out of curiosity, if I take the Viking subassembly, is that going to be grossly out of proportion? Yeah. Oops. All right. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, that keeps it proportional. All right, so that's what we'll do. I mean, it sounds stupid, but I'm going to have 2 probe cores, just so we keep in proportion. And then I'm going to build around this. I like this because this has got a massive reaction wheel, doesn't it? So comparatively, this holds a boatload of electrical charge, and it has 10, 10, 10 for reaction wheels, and the large one as something. Yeah, see. So, okay, fine. So this is our this is our orbiter. So let's take this out. Uh-oh. All right, that's fine. So we don't have to worry about reaction wheel. So what we'll do is we'll reroute to, oh no. Reroute there. All right. All right, so now we just got to figure out oh yeah, it's a great probe core. I'm glad that came over from Asteroid Day. All right, so we need to build this out a little bit. But we have to attach a dish that is going to be this one. This has got to be attached to the outside. And this will surface mount, so we can just put it... Okay, wait. I have an idea. So let's go to structural. Let's grab that. No. This one. Put that there. Put this there for size. And then if we go back to the sub-assembly... Well, it's... kinda looks like it. I don't think I really need it. I'm just trying to find a way to add to the height a little bit. Whoa, okay, that's not what I intended to do. Can I get to the... There we go. Alright, I like that. That way, see, because what they have... I have no idea what's underneath the white thing, but we're going to use a shroud. We'll do another one of these. Alright. The conical shroud down there is probably where the orbiter's fuel tank is. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. That is exactly what I'm thinking too. So now all I have to do really, because we have a ton of battery, we have the guidance chip. Uh-oh. Is that gonna work? Might have to redo the fairing. Let me do that fairing a little bit later. Wonder if all right. So I'm gonna have to put this around a massive, ugly shroud itself. All right, so so again, this is the lander, this is the orbiter. And to get an orbit around, what are we doing with this again? This is going to Duna, right? Viking 1, orbit Duna. Alright, so let's find the Delta V requirements. According to this, 60 kilometers. So, okay, so we need, how much Delta V here? So to get to Duna, we need 1,000. Let's say 5, 6, 7. How about 1,500 Delta V to get to Duna and get a capture? So let's round up to 2,000. Just to make sure. So 2,000 Delta V is what we need for the orbiter. We don't have any power generation on the orbiter yet, so let me pull this off so I don't get confused on what I'm looking at here. All right. All right. So fuel tanks, go. That's 3,000 Delta V. Oh wait. Still 3,000. Okay, I like it. But it's got to be contained in the shroud, right? I'm not going to be able to do it. Oh wait, maybe. I'll be a son of a gun. Alright, so I can do that. I probably won't be able to do it again, but I did it once, so let's delete that. Smaller tank engine maybe? Well, if we're gonna, yeah, I think that's gonna work, because my concern is, even though I have massive Delta V, the push towards Duna, we're gonna have to do several course corrections, because look, our thrust to weight ratio is only 2, and I'd rather have excess Delta V just so I don't botch anything. Or I mean, just in case I botch something. All right, so we need to put, we need to get the solar panels rigged. All right, so hopefully I can do that fairing again. Let me do that. All right, so wait, picture, please. So yeah, we put that little cone thing. That should work fine. Don't need that picture anymore. Don't need that tab. Don't need that. I need that. Okay, that's what I need. Or an orbit maneuvering engine. Well, I like as much as possible on everything because, well, I make lots of... I have a weak spot for the Viking probes. Well, Uber, you shouldn't be here because mine doesn't look really anything like it. Not really. But thank you for that. Now, I cannot put an antenna on these solar panels. So they're kind of wide and they're kind of long. So I think my solution for that... Uber, how the heck are you doing, Uber? Uber Kalte, the rocket jockey PR person. I'm going for productivity and functionality versus, you know, fashion. Lies, lies. Yeah, but thrust ratio on orbit is going to get you much. In fact, that often means you're sacrificing delta V for larger, heavier engines. Well, I mean, I have to take one side. Do I want to get there in a timely fashion? Yes. Do I want to orbit in a timely fashion? Yes. I mean, with stock engines, it's either this or... No. I mean, when you go... You're doing okay? I'm doing fine, Uber, thanks. I mean, the only engines that have really good... It's either this or the 909. In perspective, but yes, I could go with a smaller engine or a smaller tank. I think that'll be fine. I mean, we'll see what happens if it gets there with no problem. Then we can take Viking 2 and maybe downsize that part. Good point. Good point. Good point. All right, so we need to do. Yeah, because proportionally it looks like that's going to be too big according to the picture. Viking 2, we'll see what happens with Viking 1, and then Viking 2, we'll see what happens. Alright, so solar panels. That's what I was looking at. Solar panels. Typically, I would go, well, not with that many. Got four solars. Alright, oops. And what I like to do is... No, I just want 4. And then if... Oh. Clicked on the wrong thing. Captain Bishop 89, thank you for that follow. Appreciate it very much. What I'm trying to do is trying to get these things to be side by side. Kind of hard to do that when you're on something round. If we go halfway and then we go to the other one, bring that halfway down to this. Okay. No, go that way. There you go. Go back to this one. A little more. Little more. Like right about there. Except we go right through the satellite. Great. Game's on. How the heck are you? Alright, so back to the drawing board. So we have to go... Got 1, 2... It does have 4. Games on Games on LTU, or... Game Sun 2... Thank you for the host, I appreciate it. I need to rerun the numbers, but I feel like I remember it being that the reduced mass rather considerably outweighs a 5-second ISP penalty to most. Yeah, but the thing about it is, if you have a stronger engine, then you can rely on your maneuver node to be more accurate versus a weaker engine. And when I'm trying to dip something into the atmosphere, you know, I want to make sure I do it timely and I don't sacrifice everything. Again, just my opinion. Alright, so let's try this again, because obviously I didn't know what I was doing. So let's go here. And... okay. Let's split the difference here. Oh, so here's the problem. This guy... whoa. Don't need that many. This guy needs to be more centered. Okay, cool. We can do that. Don't forget, I'm not a rocket guy. I just want to make sure something works, that's all. Is it more effective? Probably not. Do I know what I'm talking about? I just want it to work. So, probably not. I mean, that's why I'm not a big fan of the nuclear engine. Wow, look at all the Delta V. Yeah, but look at your thrust away. Yeah, but I got the fuel. But when you have a 3-minute burn and your node and you miss your capture, it's almost like not even a trade-off in my opinion. Alright. Sorry. So I think that's going to be better for the solar panels. I'm going to do that. I'm going to make sure I get... oh, I did it again. Do the solar panels like so. And we want... oh, no. Can I copy? Evidently I cannot. Then how I was doing this before is I was just going here. Go 4. And then what we do is we bring this guy up. So it's even. And then we split the difference. Somewhat. Why did that only do 1? Ugh. Alright, let's try this one more time. Now let's, this is the Viking orbit, Viking 1 orbiter. 101 Gremlin, how the heck are you? Alright, let's try this again. No, I don't want to copy that. I wish to copy that. Thank you. Alright, now I see I have them all. Go right there. Like the most basic thing to do. Alright, do that. We split the difference again. Go there. Come here. Okay, why don't those all match? Weird. Oh, alright, they match now. I don't know what I was thinking. Alright. So, the trick is, so that's our power generation. We have a battery for power storage. We have a huge, we have a probe core, and we have a huge, another one. Looks like you have 3 panels. No, I think there's only 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. I think I'm good. Let's see. Oh, you're right. I do have one. I have an extra one over here. Good eye. Man, awesome. Knowing me, I would have broke it anyway. Alright, so the only thing we're really missing is to put some science on this. Redo the, redo this so it's at an angle, sorry. Put some antennas on it. Antenna science. We've got the power generation, we've got the big Hex 2 probe core, we have the big guidance chip, so we have ample power, or ample reaction wheel. And this right here has got the Delta V to get to Duna, right? So Duna, we need 1,000. We're not landing. Also, may I ask why you're going for a straight tank instead of a 2.5? It's the first time I've done an orbiter lander. This is going to be covered up in a shroud. I'm trying to make it look like the Viking a little bit. But yeah, I could, I mean, Seamus was saying the same thing too. This is the Viking 1. If it works, then I know that I can, with the Viking 2, I can probably go down a size. Absolutely. I mean, I've gone to Dune before, but it's just, you know, straight rocket landing, not a multi-vehicle delivery thingy. Let me add up my numbers here again. So 1,000. We're going to say 500. The 15. Yeah, we have plenty of Delta V. Alright. Alright, so let's see here. Can I make this a little bit nicer looking? Maybe? Looks a little nicer. Okay, now it doesn't. There we go. Alright, so let's see here. Let's put this on here. Oh. I completely forgot that my Delta V requirements are going to be foobar because I didn't have the lander on it. Alright, so hang on. Oops, this down, no. Where'd the engine go? Alright. That thing at. Alright. 24, 25. That's still more than enough Delta V. Alright. Alright, let's lift this up again. Alright. So we do have that. We're going to fix that in a sec. I'm going to take a look at the picture again. So I cannot put an aerial on the radiator panels. So in light of that, is what we'll do is we'll do this. Well, that's going to be inside a shroud though. Can I put it in? Can I sneak it up here? Looks like I can. Maybe. Oh, that's not a good idea. Let's see if I can build this shroud again. What do you know? I got lucky. Not quite what it has. Let's see if I can do that again. So, build fairing. Yes. And it comes pretty much just straight down. And well, it goes more of an angle, but I can't do it because of the size of my tank. Alright, so that's what we get. That's what we get. I don't need this to stage either. If I put one of these inside here, they'll work. Oops, wrong key. We have enough power. Oh, where's the guidance chip at? Memory don't work. Okay. There's another one right here. Alright. And then Oh Christ, where's the probe core? Oh. Alright, I have to do that to that one too. Alright, so that may not work because it's gonna be inside of a shroud. That won't work, will it? So I have to put all my communication here. Alright, so I think I can squeeze I can do that. No, not that. That. Okay, that's dumb. We're gonna do a series of these though. Not that many. I don't want to lose communication with this thing for one. Alright. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. Alright, so now for the science experiments. We'll do some temperature. Gravity. What else? What else? Barometer. I think that's fine. I wonder if I can stash these in here somewhere. Maybe. Oh, no. Go back. Alright. Any way I can hide this down here? One, two, three. Oh, I need to do 4, not 3. Do. Alright, cool. And we'll just leave the thermometers up there. So we have some communitrons. We have this big ol' honkin' dish. So that should give us connectivity back. I'm hoping. Just don't know of a good place to put another antenna. Oh, no, that doesn't even look right. Alright, we're just gonna go and see what happens here. Alright, so we need to connect this. And then I need to adjust this so it's angled up a little bit more. Like so. Okay, so, yay, I guess. Where's the engine at? Staging is all botched. I have to fix it on the fly. Alright, so Viking 1 and lander. Alright, Alright, so now let's build a rocket to get this off the planet. So let's put these back. We're gonna go with the big rocket. So, again, this has got all the reaction wheel, all the charge, all the storage, all the science. We did test the legs and everything. That looks good. That doesn't look anything like that. Typical. Alright, so let's go ahead and go with, I'm gonna go with the stack separator. And turn off the no. Does it have chutes? Yeah, the lander has chutes. Yep. See, right here. The orbiter does not. Good question, though, Kerbaloid. Good question. Yeah, we have chutes. We have a little bit of delta V. I'm going to leave the shroud on. But I want to get and make sure that's started. Okay. Alright. Then is what we're going to do, I think. So this stage has got enough to go from Kerbin orbit to Duna and to do a capture. If I did my math right, let's see here. So we have 2239 and I estimated 1,000. Yeah, we're not going to land, so yeah, we should be fine. Okay. Now we just need a rocket to get us off of Kerbin. And I think is what we're going to do here is we'll go with structural, do this, put a reaction wheel inside that. So this weighs 19 tons. How much does the orbiter weigh? Orbiter weighs 13 tons. And then the whole Viking weighs almost 18 tons. Alright, cool. Let's go ahead and put a fairing right here. Why is the game freaking out on me here? There. Jeez, that was weird. Alright, short and stubby rocket. Huh. Oh, because I added a fairing. So. There we go. Okay, so engine, and this should get us all the way to orbit, and then we would then decouple, and then where's the poodle at? Is that the poodle? That's the poodle. Oh, where'd it go? That. Oh, wait. Sorry. So before. There we go. Do. Alright, so that goes to orbit, decouple, get rid of the shroud, decouple. Alright, okay. Alright, cool. We'll do the rest of that later, get rid of that. So 149, let's just go a little less. Alright, I believe we're ready to go with Viking 1 here. So let's put some, save it again. Oops, too many. Alright. Alright, so launching Viking 1. Not bad. Going to Duna. So we have something else on the way to Duna too. Very exciting. Twitch having a moment or something? Hang on one sec, guys. I'm trying to figure out why I can't see my information. The Twitch is broken? Really? Awesome. According to Twitch, I'm not online. Let me close all my browsers. Let me try this again. Twitch is okay. Twitch is okay. That worked. Just for some reason, none of my Twitch tabs were working. I am here. Okay. Well, I'm streaming, but Twitch is showing me zilcho blank screen. Hang on one sec. Hold that thought. Whoa. Whoa. Almost broke my computer. Let me see if Firefox, maybe it's a Google Chrome thing. Let me see what Firefox shows here real quick. Alright, it's a Twitch thing. Alright, so for some reason, I wonder if they have a... We're investigating site loading issues. Posted just 55 seconds ago. Alright, so bummer. Alright, let's take this up to 80 kilometers. We're good to go. Auto staging looks good. Engage. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. I have a staging issue here. There. Alright, now do an F5. Do that. There we go. Alright. So again, we're going to be on this for about 2 minutes. We're going to take the rocket up to about as per the Delta V cheat sheet, 80 kilometers. So 10 kilometers above LKO. Huh. It's funny, I don't have any antennas, and I thought antennas underneath a shroud would not transmit. Oh well, what do I know? It's flying good. Alright, so let's pop the fairing here. Right about there. Cool. That was a little steep. We should get solar panels. $14.10. Okay, so we're gonna have a little Delta V left over after our circularization. Circularization. That's a hard word to say. Circularize. We're gonna circularize. There we go. I want to come in. I want to rename this. I have to find a probe core though. There it is. Oh, a little more. A little more. Oh, okay, that's fine. Cool. Alright, so yay. Made it to orbit. So 254 Delta V. I think we're going to cut this loose here. Again, wait a minute, where's that at? Okay, that I don't want, should not stage. Alright, so now, let's go find Duna. We are going to Duna with Viking 1, right? Viking 1, orbit Duna, okay. You're not the boss of me? Well, I guess technically they are. Alright, where's Duna? Duna would be here. There's Mariner 9 on its way to Duna. Alright. Set that as a target. Then let's close this up. Let's bring this up. Alright, so it looks like, according to this, in 1 year, 331 days is when we're actually going to depart, only using 1104. And that will leave another 1200 to get our capture. That should work real nicely. Let's create that. And then let's go ahead and add this to Kerbal alarm clock. And pad this by 10 minutes. And we are done with Viking 1 for right now. Very cool. Get rid of that. Alright, cool. So now, what do we have? I don't think we have anything going on until, that says 52 days. That says 52 days. Let's go take a look how things are doing. Let's go see how, let's bring up the haystack. Let's go to the fab. And there's some improvements I want to do after this rocket is built. The wiki said that the inflatable workshop has a higher output of machinery, and it's just trickling in. I'm wondering if the Tundra version of the workshop would be better. One would think. And that keeps bouncing over there. I don't know how to fix that. Let me see. Oh, this keeps bouncing away. That's unfortunate. Let's take a look over here. Aim camera. So, see, they're all... I don't know. I think to fix it is what I need is I need to have a hub in here so I can attach this lower and then attach it higher. So I guess after the rocket's made, do I have a hub I can... Oh, well, I have one over here. Huh. So what I could do is I could move this. See, this is the configuration. So leave it low to connect to the truss, but then bring it up high to do that. So... and that's a rocket being constructed. Might as well do it. Do I have a... Need to find a, Need to find an engineer. I have a few here. We have Corey here. Go ahead and find Corey. There's Corey. Let's transfer Corey to here. We're going to move this over there. But first we need to unhook all this stuff. Or actually we'll unhook this. That presents a problem. How do I move this? It no longer has wheels. Ew. I need some sort of way to move this stuff. I wonder if I connect the hub to here and use the hub to drag this. Oh, that's dangerous. Let's try it though. It sounds like fun. So let's get Corey transferred. So transfer Corey from there to here. Maybe. Okay. And let's get Corey EVA'd. Maybe. There we go. Don't need that anymore. Alright. And Corey has a tool, right? Corey has a tool. Corey's lights on. Do I need a tool to actually do this? I do not. Alright, so move Corey out of the way. Doing F5. Oh gosh, does this thing have fuel? It does not. Great, way to go, Andy. Fantastic. Alright, so, well, let's link it back up. Sorry, Corey. We gotta have you get your hands all dirty. Well, I guess technically your gloves. Alright, so let's transfer some fuel into here. Do I still have fuel over here? This thing is going to get disassembled and replaced. I do not have fuel there or there. Alright. So that is empty. And this thing is going to get disassembled too. Thank you. And we got fuel there, and it's locked. For some reason, I decided to lock it. So let's go out, out. All right. So being that I have a drill site that's drilling ore and is connected to the warehouse, planetary warehouse, I have another site that just takes ore and turns it into fuel, oxidizer, and that's why I have fuel available here, because it's being made in plenty. Alright, so we got that all done. Now, what we can do, let's do another F5. Did it not F5? There it is, jeez. Let's go back to the Kerbal. Back to the Kerbal. And have him unhook and link. Alright, then we go back this. And we activate the engine. Let's go move the Kerbal. Actually, you're gonna be needed over there. So let's move you over there. So what I'm going to attempt to do is unhook this, all of this, hook that hub to this, and use the hub to... You did not see that. And hook the hub to this and try to drag this away so I can put the hub here instead. Because this whole connecting from lower to higher is causing things to bounce over here. Okay, so let's actually just put you over here in the hab. Put you in the cupola. And we'll bring you out later. But anyways, if we take a look at our resources, so you can see machinery is just kind of trickling in. And unfortunately, you need machinery to pretty much make anything. So I am making material kits. I am making specialized parts. So here we're making the 3 base components. We're doing the metals, the polymers, the chemicals. And to do that, you need minerals, substrates, and metallic ore. And then that makes the chemicals, the polymers, and the metals. Now chemicals, I actually have 2 things doing chemicals. So this refinery is doing chemicals. And this one's doing chemicals. I have 2 things doing chemicals because chemicals is used quite a bit. And then this one is doing just material kits because material kits is what I use for the ground construction. And then this should be doing specialized parts. Right, specialized parts. And between specialized parts and material kits, the warehouse takes those and makes machinery. So over here we have our fuel. Over here, the exotics and the rare metals, I only use the exotics here to make refined exotics because I need refined exotics to make specialized parts. And then I do have the silicates make silicone, and again I need that. We talked about that. That's the end result. That's the end result. And I'm not making supplies yet. I was making some fertilizer, but I didn't like the output, so that would be the next thing. After I get satisfied with doing machinery and making sure we're making enough machinery to make other things and we're not taking too much from one area and then we go dry. That's happened before. So the one thing I can't do is if I come over here and start up the refined exotics, it takes too much machinery and therefore I dip into the negative. That would be bad. Alright, so let's go ahead and see about this crazy idea of towing in space. Well, towing on land. So that's on. Let's go ahead and use some tools here. I'm gonna get some altitude. Okay, let's go ahead and hover there. We're going to use RCS here to get this as close as possible, and hopefully this is fairly lined up. Alright, go and land this. Well, that was unusual. We have some uneven ground. We're going to have to contend with that. And it looks like that doesn't quite go up high enough. However, all right, let's make sure all these tools are off. Let's do an F5. So we can use the cradle to line it up, but let's go ahead and put a flex tube. So let's go over here. Let's go get our engineer. Okay, now these are in the way. Dude, come on, come out. There you are. So we're gonna go borrow a flex tube from, let's see, one to borrow on each side. Uh-oh, hard landing. Oh, I don't think this thing's gonna get integrated like I thought it was. So let's go ahead and just take this. And we're going to get up on top of this refinery. So yeah, we're going up a slope here on the land. Touchdown. All right. Then let's go ahead and I'm close to the edge. Grab this. That back. Let's put this down. Alright, just everything stop. So why am I having such a weird node issue here? Alright, so that's good. Node. There we go. Alright. So again, the idea is we're going to unhook it from here, but I'm going to raise this so these guys are level, so then way I can use maybe this to drag this out. Oh, I don't know. No. Okay, so let's go over to the hub and see about raising some cradles. Alright, so what I want, let's go. We don't want to do too much too fast, it'll start to bounce. Alright, so let's do 80. Okay, and then we'll do 80. Whoa, no, no. I barely nudged it. Oh, now this thing's all not aligned anymore. Probably a really bad idea. Especially when there's micro stutters when you're trying to move this stuff. So no, okay, that's last scope. So we want this one to 80. All right. Can I use? Let me just use RCS maybe to move it back. No. Fine. Just estimate. That back over there. Put a carpenter's level on top of it. Yeah. You would think. Okay, let's take that to 6. See, it's like whenever that micro stutter hits and you jump 4 or 5 of them, it bounces. I mean, the only other way I think I could do this is Rover Dude's got the construction stuff. I could do a forklift or a crane. I mean, the parts are there. Okay, that's getting close. So let's go. Where's the front again? Needs to have only 3. Wait, needs to have only 3 pads. 3 pads? 3 pads. What? All right, let's twist this. All right. All right, so let's try. I can't see which one's moving. That's the front, right? No, no, no! Stop! Can't figure out which one I want to move. Okay, so that's the front one. So let's take this to 50. Great. I'm hovering. 45. That's my ultimate goal. Take this one to 45. Need to only have 3 pads that won't rock or teeter. 3 pads. You mean 3 legs? Won't it teeter on the other side though? Okay, that looks close to the height. Oh, only 3 legs? Really? You sure about that? I'm not doubting you, but are you sure about that? Alright, let's see how this works. Three legs automatically don't rock. I did not know that. Alright. Drop this down. Not drop it. Again, I'm going to try to do something utterly ridiculous here. I'm going to try to connect this, disconnect that, and then use this to drag this back some. It's probably going to bounce all over the place. Like a stool. Well, sure. I mean, with the, oh, but no. A stool's got 4. But if you have if they were in different different positions, because if I let this one be short, it's gonna teeter and rock. Base building is hard for me in KSP. It is. It is funky. I mean, the problem I have here is these. So the solution, the problem I have is right here. Is being as I have such a huge angle that whenever I ease into physics here, this stuff bounces, even though it's tethered to the ground. So my fix is to put this over here with the low one connected there, and put this, or just basically flip it around so this one connects to the high side. Otherwise, the only way I could fix it is I'd have to raise all this base to match that, and then again I'd have an angle problem here. I think this is easier. Yes, no Twitch channel would load for me. Oh, yeah, it was... Did they fix it? Yes, they fixed it. Yay. Alright, let me get my other screen up. Oh, I forgot I even had the Kerbal there. Whoops. Alright. Alright, give me 1 minute. I'm gonna go do something real quick. Oh, I don't need that up there anymore. Alright. Be right back, guys. Don't go anywhere. Be right back. Alright guys, give me a couple minutes. I'll be right back.